so what I can do, I have the ability to do, is move this up to there, and then these two, I'm going to move them up. Oh, cutting into the sewing machine. That's not good. Right, okay, so this one, I'm going to move it up, and then this one, I'm going to move it up, and then slightly out, so it's at least in the hook. Oh, but not inside the hook. It's like resting inside so that it actually looks like it's part of the sewing machine. And this one, I will move it along and down. I still need to work out why it's so much larger and fatter. I mean, I'm not against it wanting to, exert its girth on the world, but the inconsistency is irritating me. Why is it bigger? Why is it bigger? Oh, it's so much bigger. But why? It's clearly something I've done. I don't know what it is. Okay, so that needs to go like that. Yep, that's fine. Okay, while we work out why this is so big, it's giving me like wormy vibes. Hello, Theron. I am utterly baffled as to why this one is bigger. It's possible it's not the only one, and it's just the only one I've noticed because it's so much bigger. Now this curve is too drastic. Okay, so okay. Is there another curve? Is this too curved? What about you? Is this too curved? Or is it just... Oh, I see, it's curved that way. Oh, this is baffling. Did I accidentally enlarge it? Can I do that? I mean, it doesn't sound right. No, that's just made the curve smaller. Hasn't made it smaller. Um, I am none the wiser as to why that's bigger. Um, that is the one of the problems, isn't it? Working 3D. I am so utterly baffled. Okay, is it something to do with how many I have in the array? So if I go to thread line, so that's the screw. Okay, so no matter what I do, that section is always bigger. But why? No. That's just madness. Mm. Hmm. Okay. But why is that bit bigger? This is the question. Mm. Oh, this is consistently not working out the way I want it to. At least this one looks. This one is what I wanted. This is fine. This is okay. That needs to move. But you know what? That's not even the problem. This is the problem. Why is it different? Um, oh, and I don't like it. It's too different. Is it something to do with the curve? No, that's no, so it's definitely not that, because I definitely want that to be the z-axis. Oh, and now it's moved again. I honestly don't know. Why? Is that... It's not making it thinner though. Oh, I want it to be thinner. How do I make it thinner? Okay, there we go. That's better. That took far too long. I don't even know how I did that or when I did that. All right, now we can deal with the tension wheel. We're not making it bigger though. We don't want that. I'm just going to move that ever so slightly. Yes, that's it. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted it to actually go around the wheel. Oh, great stuff. So the next thing I need to do, which I don't know when it will be, my next modelling session, I have some research to do for the rest of the week, but it will be getting these to nice, even, just above the fabric curves, like this, which is probably going to change the consistency of the rest of the curves, but we press save. But that's okay. I mean, in all honesty, what I probably should do is stop that array there and do a completely new array with a curved shape. Maybe that might be better. We'll see. Because I'm not planning to animate this in like in depthly. All that's going to happen is the needle's going to go up and down. Sorry, down and up, down and up, down and up, and the thread is going to go down with it into the fabric and then come back up, and there I probably will loop it around a bottom thread, but then I feel like maybe that's taking it too far if I'm not going for that realism. I really just want to attach it to some audio to just exaggerate some of the sewing machine sounds and experiment using both visuals and audio. But that will be something for next time. But yeah, this bit's going to be fairly easy in my mind because it's just doing this and getting them all evenly spaced, which I did. I've already got them fairly evenly spaced. I just need to, as you can see, improve the kind of like straightness of it. But that'll be quite simple, just involving I might make the sewing machine disappear while I'm doing that. It might be easier. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of the sewing machine so far. I think that, you know, it's coming along quite nicely. This is just a temporary fabric. I'm probably going to have, I'm thinking like a corset in there, but we'll see. Because that's not super important. What's super important is the machine. Like the song by Imagine Dragons, which I really like. But yeah, I think that is it for today. I'm going to press save so I don't have the distress of the fabric roll. Luckily, the fabric roll was just an experiment. I don't actually need it for anything. But yeah, that's it for today. Surprise stream I wasn't expecting to do. But eventually, the sewing machine will have its own place in a spatial world that I'm in the middle of kind of like planning. But the theme is going to be around the sewing machine and sewing machine sound. So I really want to do an abstract version of this well, but I probably will need to do a fabric roll, I suppose. I want to try and do some embroidery hoops as well, but I feel that once I've got the sewing machine and the Bezier curve and array combination for the thread down, I can do really beautiful things with some embroidery hoops. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. But that is it for today. I know I said I'd be back on Friday, and then I came back today, but I definitely will be back on Friday. I do have to do some research. I'm at the moment looking into haptics and Foley artists for my PhD research, so that's quite exciting. Um, this is all part of it, like looking at kind of like audio combined with visuals in virtual spaces and kind of how to make that more immersive. And so it's all meshed together. It's all part of it. Minecraft is just something I really enjoy. Even though there are some games I'm really looking forward to, I am actually. I think I could just show you my Steam wish list. I don't think I have anything embarrassing going on. Um, nope, wrong button. There we go. Uh, so I want to know by release date. So, of course, anything to do with virtual reality, I am excited about and anticipating quite heavily. I'm trying to use Decentraland at the moment as well. That is really, really interesting and really cool, actually. I'm also using spatial.io, also really interesting, also really cool. I haven't managed to use it on the desktop just because I haven't managed to log in the Decentraland. You can't use Spatial on the desktop, it's only a web based app. But unless you knew that. I really like Decentraland. I like the fact that it is so with spatial. Everybody's got a little kind of room or world, and you can go around and pick where you're going. But with Decentraland, one of the things I really like is that it's all contained in one big world, and the fact that you could just get on a bus or a tram or whatever they are, and kind of like travel around and look around and just get off and find something else, and the space is like slowly growing and people are integrating into it, and I like to be at the beginning of things, which is why I'm so excited about like Vertex and Sensorium Gallery. Planet Thea is actually going to be a casual dating, kind of like Second Life but dating, or Active Worlds but dating, or IMVU, which I suppose like IMVU is defined as a dating site, which like you can date on it, but you can do other things on it. But anywho, I'm quite excited for Planet Theta, so and I really want to see what it's all about. I don't think it will feature into my research, maybe a little bit, but not quite heavily. just because of the nature of my specific topic. But I am still really interested to see the different things people are doing with virtual worlds, um, especially as like I'm trying to create a database of all of the ones that I feel are relevant, because trying to create a database of every single virtual world that has ever existed, um super challenging. So I've set the criteria of kind of like IMVU, Second Life, anything that meets the same criteria of like being able to upload your own content, talk to people, create your own rooms, add code, and audio and possibly other elements, and the use of having to be able to use VR, which I know that you can't actually, you can like modify Second Life to use VR. I don't know if anyone's done that with IMVU. I suppose it would be harder because they're both like they're not first person, so it might be a little bit challenging. But you can make Second Life first person, so it wouldn't be impossible to play it. It just doesn't have a feature. So looking at all of those features and then looking at things that are designing themselves around um, actually being able to have those features. One of the things I'm finding is that a lot of them, apart from Sanzar, is the only kind of is the main one, not the only one. There are quite a few, but it's the main one I've come across, which is actually made by the original makers of one of the original CEOs of Second Life. So very similar. It's kind of like Second Life 2.0, even though it now has its own kind of like company running it, as opposed to being run by Linden Labs, who still run Second Life. Um, Sorry, that sentence got away from me. But a lot of them are using Unity, which I quite enjoy. Unity was the first engine that I learned to make games on. And so it's quite close to my heart in terms of programs that I'm rather fond of. So I like the fact that a lot of them are using Unity. And like part of me researching all of them and seeing what they were using and what programming code they're using and things, and what engines they're in, was to look at what engine should I be using in the practice part of my research, which will come much later. But it's good to practice and see how they integrate. And it's nice to find that there are a lot that are using Unity, because I know how to use Unity. Um, Mostly, there are still some things that evade me, but I find it understandable enough to work it out. And having a lot of these places use Unity means that at least I can have one element where it's like, oh, I understand how to use this, I understand how to export, and I understand the animations and you and making things in Unity and and like materials and 3D objects and those sorts of things, and then transposing that into a place that I'm unfamiliar with, like these really cool looking experiences where they are slightly new, but it's like, okay, Unity, get Unity, don't get you, but you use Unity, so maybe we can make something work. But yes, I like the animation of this, and so I'm really interested to see it when it comes out. Um, I'm not going to lie, not everything on my wish list is something that I think, oh yes, I'm going to buy. Which I know is quite terrible, but I have to be honest. I want to be able to play the things I buy, and I want to buy this, but only if I can honestly say I have enough time to play it between researching, um, making like games, trying to rest, streaming, and playing the other VR things. That I want to buy it. I do, but I do appreciate also that I might not have time to play all the games I want to. But it's on the wish list because it's never too, well, actually that's not true. I was going to say it's never too late to buy a game, but there are points when it's too late, and that is quite upsetting. um oh, I am anticipating this game so much. It is the thing I'm looking most forward to. I don't know if that's grammatically correct, but I am looking forward to it a lot. I'm actually part of their Discord and their social media and their Patreon. I'm so excited about this. um I think it's because I've kind of fallen out of love with The Sims 4. Um, I think right at the beginning, it just, there's many elements of it that just slightly irritate me, and for me break the immersion of just kind of like, when I think about The Sims, I have poured hours into The Sims 1, The Sims 2, and The Sims 3. And I was a hardcore fan. I'm still a hardcore fan of 1, 2, and 3. I miss dragons from The Sims 1 so much. And the kind of funny idiosyncrasies of that game were just hilarious. And I wish that my computer still supported it, because I would so still play 1 and 2 and 3. I still play 3 because you can get it on Steam, but haven't managed to get 1 to boot, sad times. This game, there's quite a few fashion designer games coming out. Well, it says to be announced, so coming out at some point, either in the late this quarter or the early next quarter. But I'm most interested not in the actual end section, but in these bits like the pattern cutting and the sewing, and how they're going to make that quite immersive, because I'm very interested in crafting games and how you replicate real world crafts into video games and how people are doing that. So that's really interesting. What can I say? Vikings. I don't really want to fight. I just want to explore a really cool world and sail some ships. But, it goes hand in hand. I do like a nice, cozy survival game building. This is one with the dog and the bringing color to the world. It just looks so beautiful, and it's something that, not like the other one. Whereas with this game, it seems like it is an exploration kind of narrative. So a little bit like other games, like it has a beginning and a middle and an end. You're following a story, and so there's no, it's not kind of like a repetitive, like, will I play this enough to justify buying it. It's I'm going to enjoy the story, and when I've done, it will be worth what I paid, or it won't be, but I will have tried it. Whereas with the other one, that's like a continuous online playing with other people, and if I'm not going to utilize that, then I just can't do it. I absolutely adore Goat Simulator and probably poured far too many hours into it, but I'm so looking forward to Pigeon Simulator. If you haven't, wishlist. It's going to be amazing. I mean, look at that pigeon. This is going to be. Oh, he's got a top hat, or she's got a top hat. But yeah, Stargate. Looking forward to that. I Am Future, a cozy apocalypse survival. Yes, please. And this looks like another cozy apocalypse. It's like, look at this mansion. I like anything to do with tea. You've sold me with tea already. I think that, again, crafting, textiles, Twinsen. Uh, that is a game close to my heart, like so close. I'm so excited. I was actually talking about it to my mum, who also likes games. So, uh, yeah, so excited for this. I will wait. It will be worth it. I actually have the original Twinsen 2, the Little Big Adventure 2, somewhere around in the original box. It might be at my mum's house, actually. And Life by You. Oh, I'm so excited for this game. It's like, look at this like visual scripting. I'm so excited. Fashion Designer Simulator. Again, these are the bits I want to see, like the cutting and what sounds they're going to use and how they're going to make that feel immersive, and like I'm actually cutting a piece of fabric, like I've actually made these clothes, and not just kind of like, beep, you've done it, ding, you've done it, done. It's like, no, I want to feel like, I want to feel the of the scissors, so I'm really excited about that. And more craft, and then it just goes into like other things. I just need to buy this because I've actually I haven't played it. I watched someone else play it, who had bought it at uni, and I just thought this is a really cleverly done game, and I would really like to own it, because I know that games aren't always on here forever, unfortunately. this game intrigues me. I have no rationale as to why I want it, but there's something about it that just like it has mostly negative reviews, but I'm still pretty intrigued. But yeah, that is my wish list at the moment. I forget why that was relevant, but yeah. I'm off now to have some something to eat, which would be nice. But thank you for watching. Do message me if you have any questions about my research. Um, I know it's not the most riveting thing in the world, but whoops, it's riveting to me. I'm super excited about it and by it, which is why I'm doing it. And I can't wait to start properly because at the moment this is all pre-research for research, which I love. I love research. I love dissertations and writing thesis, and oh, I adore it. But I appreciate it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. Um, but somewhere in between that, I find time to play games and model and just chat. But yeah, I think that is it for today. Hope you enjoyed my perusal and explanation of my wish list on Steam. Oh, also, what wasn't on there is Baldur's Gate. One, like, it's actually the audio book that made me want the game. Um, because I never played the game when I was younger, but I read some of the audio, I listened to some of the audiobooks, and I was so fascinated and intrigued by the quality of the writing and the realism that I felt when listening to them. That it made me like seek out what is this glorious like conglomeration of stories set in a D&D world. I must know more. I must immerse myself in it. So I'm hoping that I will get to live my dream of being a orc bard, but I don't know if that is